Hey guys, I'm Baron Lamb, Managing Director here at BlueSky Commerce. With me today is Aaron Pickrell, Product Manager at HCL Commerce. You may have heard rumblings to this point, something called Ruby. Well, today we're going to talk about our partnership and kind of how Ruby came about and what is Ruby. And to answer that question, Aaron,
What is Ruby? Yeah, Ruby's another one of our gem stores. We have Emerald, we have Sapphire, and now we have Ruby. So Emerald was our starter reference B2C store, business to consumer. Sapphire was our B2B storefront. Ruby is now going to be a combined version of both of those storefronts together, but it's going to be production ready, it's going to be more flexible, it's going to have a lot of capabilities and plug-in architectures and things we'll get to here in the interview later, I think, that are going to help our customers a lot.
BlueSky, we worked together with HCL to reimagine what the store would look like and what our customers would use, bringing together all our years of best practice and experience into something that can truly accelerate customer implementations.
Yeah, and I'd also add that search engine optimization was a huge proponent. A huge initiator for this. We needed to make sure that these sites were server-side rendered, and that was a big component. Google only has so much time to crawl websites, and with client-side applications, Google has to download a large object, not to get too technical, but it really reduces the amount of time that Google can spend crawling a site. So it penalizes customers for using client-side technology, which is a great technology, but we've introduced a new capability that allows that same client-side tech to be server-side rendered and not lose any of the capabilities.
Yeah, related to that, Google actually isn't recommending the pre-rendering client-side solutions anymore, and at any given point, they're probably going to change their SEO indexing page ranking algorithms to kind of penalize those that are still on client side.
Yeah, and another big piece of this was these were reference storefronts. Emerald and Sapphire Emerald was our B2C storefront. Sapphire was our B2B storefront. And they're great reference storefronts. They really help to accelerate the journey, like I was mentioning, but they're not built to be production ready right out of the box. Partners have to take on a large onus to essentially bring those up to speed for each of our customers to make sure that they are production ready. With the advent of Ruby, which is both B2C and B2B, we will have a production ready storefront right out of the gates.
Yeah, we're running tools like Google Lighthouse out of the box. We're targeting high 90s scores across all their metrics, basically out of the box, right? Front-end performance as well as back-end performance is critical for all their customers, and
Absolutely.
That's top of mind, definitely, as we built out Ruby.
Yeah, performance, scalability, flexibility, all those things are absolutely core to our DNA. And the partnership with BlueSky was actually also really interesting because it was unique. It was a new way that we went about co-development of a product. When we talked to BlueSky, they had a customer that had needs that we needed to come together and solve for. So we essentially decided that, hey, it's time for us to build a production-ready storefront together. We have to make sure it's fast, we have to make sure it's SEO compliant, and we decided to add 10 more things. There's actually a lot, and people might ask, like, when is it going to be ready? When is it going to be done? Well, it's never going to be done. We're always going to be adding components to it. We're always going to be making it bigger and better, mostly through third-party integrations.
Yep.
In addition to it, just the kind of the core boilerplate things that you would expect any commerce storefront to have. We're going to have out-of-the-box plugins for all of our payment providers, for content providers, for shipping providers, for tax providers, you name it. There's probably 20 categories, and it's going to take us a long time, and we may open up an ecosystem of partners to help provide some of that capability. That's something that we're actively talking about, and don't expect it to ever be done. But expect great things and expect a really killer roadmap. We do expect to have the MVP, the baseline capability of Ruby B2C ready this summer. After that, we're going to focus on getting it up to speed and parity-wise with the rest of our storefronts capabilities. So more advanced things like kits and bundles pages and the reoccurring orders and subscriptions capability. That's a little more advanced stuff in a storefront, but it's going to have store locator, BOPUS. It's going to work completely with all the B2C use cases. And then in the back half of the year, we're going to focus on B2B.
That ecosystem was definitely one of the things that we looked at when architecting and designing the Ruby store, just being extensible and customizable. Separation, right? To enable easy upgrades, easy fixes and patches, and to allow the capability of taking on third-party integrations, right? And assets built by partners, built by customers, built by HCL, and to create that base of storefront that's endlessly extensible.
Yeah, in the industry we call that consumability now. Yep. And I'm glad you brought that up because there's really two parts to that. There's extensibility and then there's customizability. Extensibility means you're adding functionality, right? So the ability to add plugins, all those third parties I talked about, or anything that's specific to your business. So the ability to add that without compromising the integrity of the code base so that you can keep consuming it and keep upgrading the code is critical. The other part is customization, so a theming framework. Think site skins, right? Yep. If you're a luxury watch dealer, you're gonna have a much different experience than if you're an auto parts dealer. In terms of capability, but also in terms of the look and feel. So it's critical that we're able to have both those ways to customize, but also be able to provide those updates.
Yeah, we want to enable customers, no matter what industry you're in, what customer base, B2C, B2B, however you do business, we want to make it quick and easy to build that customer experience and to be able to sell your product. You're not in the industry of e-commerce necessarily, right? You don't want to think about the challenges and how to implement it. It shouldn't be hard, right? We're really taking these steps to make it easy.
Yeah, the vision is that you come with your own PayPal account, you come with your own FedEx account, whatever the accounts that you've already negotiated and gotten for your organization, you can plug in your credentials, you plug in your API keys, and we've already done the integrations with those platforms. So that will be the third-party integrations. Count on that starting in the beginning of 2024. 2024 will be the year of third-party integrations. So once we've gotten table stakes, once we've gotten the basic capabilities of B2B and B2C completely finished and ready to go, and we've worked with a lot of partners and customers to actually make sure that it's working for them. It's going to be all about prioritizing and knocking out these third-party integrations. It's been great working with you. It's been great working with BlueSky. I'm really proud of this thing. We've spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it's been great getting your perspective as a system integrator who's worked with a lot of customers. I think it's going to make a great product.
Yeah, I agree. The partnership's been great. We've always been very tight-knit and great partners, but this was really the next step to get our development teams working so closely to a common goal for the betterment for all our joint customers. Aaron, I'd like to thank you for your time today. And as always, we're here to help. Reach out if you have any questions, and we're happy to discuss.